Hello guys, welcome to a new what if. Okay, this what if is going to be what if Naruto was neglected by his family. Now I'm going to change it than the other one. I'm sorry guys. Than the other ones I created. God damn. This one will be different because this time I'm going to be actually good. Now, Naruto will not have the nine tails until later on, so he's not going to be a Jinchuriki, but he will have the burden of being called as a Jinchuriki because of his three whiskers. Yeah, I'm gonna keep Naruto's whisker because come on, this is Naruto's basically mark as him. But anyway, we got to a cold night where three children is getting born. The first child, Naruto Uzumaki, half blonde, half oh no, a redhead boy. Yes, Naruto will be redhead with three whisker marks. Then uh, yellow hair, another hair boy by the sorry guys, by the name of Menma, or yeah, Menma. Just call him Menma. And uh, a half and half. Uh, yellow hair with tints of red, with tips of red in her hair. Mito. Now, or Naruto. Naruto, yeah, Naruto's better. As Minato and Kushina are very happy for having three children, as they give them to the nurses to clean them up. As after 1 minute, 2 minutes, Minato hears something and sees one of the women dead and Naruto in the hands of a masked man. As Minato says, easy there, easy. As, let's calm down, Minato says. As the man says, I'm very calm, Lord Fourth. Step away from the Jinchuriki, or else I'm going to kill your child. As that happened, I'm gonna say everything happened as usual, but Minato and Kushina will not die, and Naruto will not have the nine tails. I'm gonna say someone else used the Reaper Death Seal, and Minato and Kushina have this hatred, but they don't know who to put it on. They don't want to have their two children having the hatred because of the nine tails. So Minato was given a choice by the council, either letting their basically wanna put the blame on someone, as Minato's thinking. As Minato says, we're blaming Naruto, my eldest, of being the Nine-Tailed Jinchuriki. Now Naruto's healing gonna be far greater than even the Nine Tails when he had the Nine Tails. So yeah. Now we cut 4 years into the future. A boy with a redhead boy running, or no, bleeding on the ground, bloody to the pulp, and villagers leaving the area, as the boy named as Naruto Uzumaki would go up and start leaving the area, heading to his house. Now Naruto lives in the basement. I'm gonna say Kushina and Minato really believe their own lie that they became hating Naruto. So yeah. So Naruto goes and his mother waiting at the door gla- glare at him says, "Why are you late, brat?" As Naruto's looking down says, "The villagers beat me up." As Kushina slapped him says, "Don't lie to me, you demon brat. The villagers are nice people." I don't know, guys, if you hear some type of something, because I'm hearing a lot of shit from here. I don't know what it is. But anyway, as after that happening, Naruto would get bloody triple again from from Kushina, as she told him to go to his room. As he goes without eating, because Kushina told him there's no food tonight, as Naruto's like, he's pale. You can see his bones. As Naruto's crying, and that is 4 years old Naruto, and he's crying on the ground because he hates his life. As Naruto would pass out and appear in his mindscape. I just figured out it's the PC. Anyway, as Naruto appears in his mindscape, of course Naruto does not have the Nine Tails. Remember that he does not have the Nine Tails yet. He will take it from Mito and Mema and Kushina, because Kushina has a little bit like worth of 3 tails of the 9 tails. Anyway, as Naruto appears and sees few people. Now, all of them give their backs to him except 2 people. That they are Ashura and Indra, those first 2. Yes, I'm making Naruto Ashura and Indra's reincarnation, but also other people going to give him their power. As Naruto asks who were they, and they start to talk. Says, "I am Ashura Otsutsuki, and this is my brother Indra Otsutsuki. I am the creator of the Senju and Uzumaki clan, and he's the creator of the Uchiha clan." As Naruto's widened his eyes, because he knows of the Uchihas and all of that. So Naruto asks, why are they here? Sorry, guys. They told him that he is their reincarnation and other people as well. But anyway, we're going to train you, kid. You're gonna have the Sharingan, and you're gonna have the wood style. Not to mention the chains that you possess as well, because Naruto does have the Uzumaki chains. Mito and Menma will not have it. I repeat, they will not have it. And you guys, you're gonna hate me, but I'm gonna do something bad to Naruto. Well, not technically bad, but more of a what the fuck, why did you do that to him? I'm not gonna be sadistic about what I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be like a what the fuck. Anyway, Naruto would understand, as Naruto would wake up because they tell him, "Alright, kid, wake up." As Naruto was a dream, and he say, "Here's a no." Does he think it's a dream and woke up to hear the sound of Kushina coming downstairs to him. "Demon, wake up!" As Naruto gets beaten up again, as Kushina told him to basically leave the house, go outside, where they train Mito and Menma. As Jiraiya and Tsunade comes to their house, as Minato opens the door, says, Sensei, Tsunade, it's good to see you. Come in. As Jiraiya and Tsunade would sit down, and says to Minato, "Minato, we have an important matter to tell you." As he says, "What is it?" As he says, It's about the child prophecy. I think it might be Minma and Mito. One of them would be the child of prophecy. As Minato and Kushina were happy because their children are the children of prophecy, but in reality, we all know it's Naruto. Like, come on, dude, it's Naruto. He's the main character. But anyway, Naruto would hear this before he heads out, and yeah, Naruto would go and spend his time in the forest, fishing and eating. Now, nobody really cares about Naruto. Most of the people hate him. So, yeah. So, they say, what about the demon brat? Says, what about him? As Jiraiya said that, what about the kid? What are gonna do with him? Says, I don't know. Just ignore the kid and let us train Minma and Mito. They are the children of prophecy. Well, one of them is, please. As they are understand, and they would start training Mito and Minma after a week, as they would not even glance at Naruto. And Naruto a little bit happy because Kushina does not basically beat him up as usual. She forgot about beating him up because she's too focused on Minma and Mito. So she does not beat him up. Naruto a little bit thankful, but he still gets beaten up sometimes by Minato and Jiraiya and Tsunade and Mito and Minma. Because Jiraiya and Tsunade, they really don't give two shits about Naruto. And Minma and Mito are just like two spoiled brats. As Minato, just like I said before, he believed his own lie. As it will be 2 years. Now he's 6. As Minato as Jiraiya would tell Minato to basically kick Naruto out. He's basically distracting the children of prophecy. As Minato will understand and kick Naruto out of the house. He did not give, or I'm gonna say he gave Naruto a house smaller than the one in canon, like 1 bedroom apartment. Drop him a little money. This apartment belongs to Minato, so Naruto will not really have to pay rent, just food and all those essentials. As everyone knows about that, this is Minato's house, so they will not attack the house. Because they know if they attack that, they will have to be charged. Because this is the Hokage's house, not somebody else. The Hokage. It's property. So Naruto, every time he leaves the house, he gets beaten up again and again and again. Now Naruto has been training with Ashura and Indira, and he basically is training so much that he is in the 3-Timo Sharingan. I'm gonna say just because of all the hatred in his heart, he has the 3-Timo. As yeah, that happens. I'm gonna say the Uchiha massacre not happening. No, I'm not gonna do that. Because I need a little bit of the Uchihas still. As Naruto would also train with Ashura in the wood style and the Uzumaki chains, as well as his physical strength. Because if you don't know, Ashura has the physical strength as well as the chakra. Well, Ashura has the eyes. Indra has the eyes. As Naruto, we're gonna a time skip to the academy. Now Naruto's the bottom of the class. He intently did this because he does not want to deal with anybody questioning the demon getting power, kill the demon, because he knows if that happened, he will basically be killed, executed even. Because Naruto knows that Minato hates him, so he will do this. As Naruto, I'm gonna skip to the academy. Nobody likes him, not even Iruka. But Naruto, he really pays attention because he knows this information is really, really needed. Sorry, guys. Anyway, Naruto. We're gonna skip to the last exams, the graduation exam. As Naruto would do average in the exam, he would do average, not the top, not the bottom. I'm gonna say no. He does good, but he's on the bottom in class. So Naruto would start, and he would be put up against unknown ninja. So yeah. So Naruto would basically win because Naruto have a little bit of muscle. He made sure to people see that he has muscle, so they think, the demon trained, but he's not that powerful. I'm gonna say the only people who don't hate Naruto are Shisui, Itachi. I really don't want to do this, but also that ramen guy hates Naruto. And who else? Who else would I say? Who does not hate Naruto as well? I'm gonna say Itachi's girlfriend does not really hate Naruto. She's kind of respects Naruto and understands his pain, so she does not hate Naruto. She's neutral. She sees that Naruto's a hard worker. But Naruto's not just a hard worker, he's a prodigy among prodigies. As I'm gonna say the Mizuki understand that, yeah, that's not gonna happen because Mizuki sees that Minato's the fucking Hokage, he ain't gonna do that shit. Now, Naruto and his wood style, I'm gonna say he's Yamato level because he's been trained by Ashira, the one who was basically Hashirama's reincarnation. So I'm pretty sure that Ashira knows all of Hashirama's techniques. Just come on. Of course that he would know. But anyway. Naruto would be on Team 7 and it's going to stay the same. I'm gonna say almost everything goes the same, except that Mito and Menma are with Kushina and Sai. Oh, I'm gonna say Kakashi does not hate Naruto. I don't want Kakashi to hate Naruto. As Naruto knows that there's only like 2-3 people does not hate him. So yeah. So after a month of D rank, both of them came at the same time to Minato, as Naruto is a quiet. He does not wear the yellow jacket, he wears red, all black, like an arm. He does not have anything but that. He has a pouch of ninja tools, but he really barely uses it. Because basically he goes using his speed, and he has a good speed to catch Taro the cat. As both Minma, Mito, and Sasuke would come to Minato and tell him that they want a higher rank mission. They had enough of basically D ranks. As Minato would think, says, yeah, why not? But he says that you two teams will work together in this D rank, in the C rank. As Mito and Menma Mito and Sasuke look at each other and says, okay, we can do that. Because they are like best friends. Sasuke is arrogant, but not that arrogant. He does not really hate Naruto. He just does not consider him. Does not even look at him. He does not hate Naruto. he's like, I don't care about him. Not my problem. So that's how he is with Naruto. And Naruto is basically does not talk only if it's needed. Anyway, as Minato would look at Kakashi and Mikushina and says, "What do you think?" As they say yes, both of them, it will be much better. As Minato would nod his head as he would tell the Ambu, "Bring in Tazuna." As Tazuna would come and he said, "Oh, these brats are going to take me," as he is insulting almost everyone except Kakashi, Kushina, and Naruto, because he sees Naruto. He's like, I don't know about that kid. He gives me not good vibes. Like if I say something, I will regret it. And he's right. He will regret it if he says anything bad. As Minato says anyway, Kakashi. As Kakashi says, "Alright, guys, we will start in 2 hours. Pack up and we will leave." As everyone nods, as they would go back to their houses, as Naruto's house basically is almost at the outskirts of the village. As Naruto, when he enters, he breathes and immediately starts packing not just the things needed, everything that he owns, as well as the money that Minato gave him. Because Naruto will leave. He is leaving the village. Now, he would put almost everything in seal them on his body, basically on his arm, but he will basically, so no one can see that the place of the seal, but he will put only a few things. As everyone, he would go, after 3 hours, he would go. Of course, Naruto is like, almost, I'm gonna say, as tall as Sasuke. He's the same height as Sasuke. Because he eats not just, he doesn't eat ramen, he hunts and eats. And he does not buy anything from the village except sometimes the clothes. As Naruto and Kakashi somehow know each other because Naruto knows Kakashi and Kakashi knows Naruto. And Naruto sometimes asks Kakashi for a little bit of help. As Kakashi would, I'm gonna flashback to when Naruto was after 1 year of being alone, as he met Kakashi a few times, and they're like kind of friends, but kind of not. They're neutral. Says, "Hey Kakashi." As Kakashi would say, Naruto says, "Oh Naruto, how can I help you?" Says, "Do you mind teaching me the transformation jutsu?" As Kakashi would raise an eyebrow, says, "Why do you want it?" Says, "Well, I want to go buy something, but the villagers they really overprice me." As Kakashi would sigh and teach Naruto the transformation jutsu, as Naruto had gone and buy stuff, and he thanks Kakashi. As now Naruto has like almost like a 20, almost like a million yen, because he kept almost everything that Minato gave him. He does not eat. He does not eat ramen. He eats from the wild. He studies, yes, but he's not like. I already like knows it because he's learning a lot of things from Ashura and Indra. As when we skip time to 3 hours, as Naruto's heading towards the gate, as he meet up with everyone, as Kushina would see that Naruto does not like have a lot of things on him, as Sasuke would ask, "Why do you have a lot of things on?" He says, "I don't have anything, truly." As Kushina would feel something in her heart, she does not know what it is. She feels like, why do I have a bad feeling? Like regret in her heart. As they would start heading towards the wave village. As Naruto and everyone's leaving, everyone's talking with each other except Naruto. He's not talking to anybody. He's always keeping his eye around around the bushes and all of that. Kakashi's seeing that Naruto's like putting something. He's plotting something. Kakashi can feel that Naruto has something. He's going to do something, but he does not know what it is. As Naruto's senses are quite good because of his Uzumaki heritage, and he does know how to use the Uzumaki chains better than even Kushina because he's the reincarnation of Ashura. I guess I don't know why, but Naruto technically has the wood style in the main timeline because he's after he obtained the Sun Seal, almost he has the wood side because Hashirama was reincarnation before Naruto, so he probably has the wood style because I don't know why Naruto did not think of that. I mean, Naruto's kind of dumb, yeah. Anyway, as they sort of hit their waves, as Naruto would sense something, and he does not know what it is. He sees a portal and he immediately understood what is happening. There's two people, and because it's like it didn't rain for a while, so Naruto immediately understands it's a genjutsu. As Kakashi sees that Naruto noticed this, but Naruto stays quiet. As then his body was sensed up when he sensed up of this. As Kushina and Kakashi said, but after Naruto looking at the puddle, he a little bit calmed down because Kakashi and Kushina sees that Naruto noticed this, but he didn't say anything. As everything happened towards canning, basically Semi, Kushina, and Kakashi semi dying in everyone's eyes, but Naruto, he did not care. But because first things first, he knew that they were faking it because he saw it, and he knows he does not really care of any of them. I mean, he a little bit care of Kakashi, but he's not that caring. Kakashi knows this as he is respected Naruto, because they don't fuck with each other, they don't care about each other. They're neutral. If Kakashi needed help, Naruto would help him if he asked Naruto, and the same. But anyway, as Kakashi would do the same thing and interrogate the demon brothers, and knowing about Tazuna and Gato, and Tazuna admitted it, as Kushina and Kakashi would look at each other and says, "Should we go back?" As everyone except Naruto says, "No, let us keep going. We are double the team. We can handle it." As they understand because two teams, they can handle it. As damn. As Kakashi goes near Naruto and says, "You noticed this, didn't you, Naruto?" Naruto nodded head, said yes. As no, he didn't say anything. He nodded his head. Kakashi says, "Okay, thanks for notice." As he says, "Alright, Naruto." As Kushina was like looking at Naruto weirdly, and Naruto noticed this, but he didn't say anything. As Kushina's like, why do I feel like I'm gonna lose something? She does not know what is she feeling because, as I said before, it's her guilt. It finally came to her. Because she's always glancing at Naruto, and Naruto's getting irritated, but he stays calm. Anyway, after half an hour, Kakashi would say, "Duck, as everyone ducked, except Naruto. Naruto jumped over the sword because he can see it. Naruto does not activate his Sharingan even in. Yeah, he does not activate it. Only in training, and training when nobody can see him and know that he is. Because Naruto knows when the root Anbu is there, and when the root Anbu are there, or any Anbu, he'll train normally with swords, and he has a sword, and everyone can see that he is like good at the swords using, but not that good. But Naruto's actually way better than anyone even expected, because the Anbu, Naruto's catch one of the Anbu when they were spying on him, and that one also was the root Anbu, but he didn't say anything. It says, as he looked at the Anbu dead in the eyes, glaring at the Anbu, says, "Come." As the Anbu didn't really be affected, but he was a little bit shocked that Naruto found him. As he came out and sees that Naruto has a sword, and he says, "Let's have a little spar, if you mind." As I'm gonna say, Anbu does not really, why not? Because they don't hate Naruto, they don't. Well, most of them don't, but some hate him. Anyway, after Naruto and the Anbu were basically having the spar, Naruto always gets better after every clash. He's reading the Anbu's movement. As the Anbu's not going all out, he's just, okay, I'm gonna go a little bit easy on the kid. As, yeah, that happened, and Naruto had beaten that Anbu, because they were going easy. As after he beat him, he bowed to the Anbu and started to walk away. So yeah, because the Anbu are going like mid low Jonin level. But Naruto looked at the Anbu and says, "Don't tell anybody." With like a little hint of he does not want anyone to know that he has a little bit of good skills. But no one really cares that much, because the root Anbu does know that Naruto does not have the root, as well as almost all the Jonins, or almost all of the people that like the Anbu, except a few that are new, know that Naruto is not the Jinchuriki. He does not have the seal. And they know that. Because sometimes when Naruto was basically knocked out, they came and checked if he has a seal, and they figured out that Naruto does not have the 9 tails. He's the one who's taking the blame. So the Anbu does respect Naruto, because even the root Anbu respect Naruto, because they know that Naruto's not the Jinchuriki, but he bears the burden of quote-unquote having the 9 tails, that he's not having it. So yeah. And Naruto is good with seals. Just saying. So Kakashi and Kushina would start fighting Zabuza. And they would kind of like push Zabuza back, but Zabuza was like fighting them well. As Zabuza would do the same thing that he did in Canning, but with Kushina as well. As Naruto stayed back, he did not go and help. Mito and Menma and Sasuke did the thing that Naruto and Sasuke did. And they freed Kakashi and Kushina, and as well as Haku doing the same thing that they did in Canon. Yeah, almost everything goes as canon until they head to when they head to in Tazuna's house. And now he's saying the same thing, like, yeah, you're gonna die and all of that. As Naruto looked him dead in the eye, says, I don't care that your father died. As he looks at him and says, did you being neglected? Did you been abandoned? Did you get thrown out of your own house, tortured, and all of that, kid? Being beaten, yet you did not hold anything, did not do anything. People hating you for no reason. As the kid would start, he ran crying. As Kushina was like, she's thinking, why do I feel bad for Naruto? She still did not realize it. She's gonna realize it very soon. As after a little bit of Kakashi a little bit resting and Kushina helping him, they start training. As Naruto, he did not. I'm gonna say Kakashi says, Sasuke, you and Sakura are coming with me. Kushina, you train the three. Oh shit, I forgot about Sai. But anyway, as Kushina would nod at us, as Kakashi looks at Naruto, as he held him his card, says, learn this, it will help you, Naruto. As Kakashi knows that Naruto uses the sword because he has one on him, as he gave him a scroll, says, this is a technique to use a sword. You learn this one, it will help. As Naruto would nod, but he would not really need to learn it because if he wants, he can kill Zabuza faster than anyone can expect it. Anyway, as Naruto would head and start to train in the forest, deep in the forest, as he was training a very dangerous jutsus, like the reanimation and all of that, as he reanimated Lord Second and trained with the Lord Second, as he felt that he's going to be knocked out of exhaustion, so he despawned Lord Second and basically passed out. As his interaction with Haku would go the same, but it will be different. As Haku would ask him if he has a special person, as Naruto would look at him and then says, no. Those who were meant to protect me and love me just abandoned me and wishes me dead, torture, and all of that. So I don't have anyone. I'm an loner. Someone who have to have a burden of something that he didn't do. As Haku would say, I wish you... as Haku would look at the ground and says, it will get better. Who knows, one day you might find someone you like and want to protect him. As Naruto looked at Haku and says, maybe. As Haku says, well, I have to leave. As Haku looks back, says, oh, by the way, I'm a boy. As Naruto says, chuckling, says, I know that. As he looks back at Haku, says, tell Zabuza I said hi. As he started walking back. As Haku was shocked that he knew that first he was a boy and he was with Zabuza. As Haku would smirk, because she can tell Naruto is stronger. But he does not want to do so. She does not know how strong Naruto is. She can tell that Naruto does not really care what happens. So, yeah. We're gonna fast forward to when Zabuza comes to the bridge and all of that happening. I'm gonna say Zabuza did die as well as Haku, but Naruto, he head towards Haku before Haku was almost on his death, as he bowed to Haku. As Haku was smiled and says to Naruto to come near him, as he told Naruto that he wanted Naruto to take his blood. As Naruto did, and Haku died. As Naruto took their bodies and sealed them, as well as the executioner blade. As Gato and his men came, and all of that happened. But when they finish, Naruto immediately gave up a huge chakra in his punch towards Kakashi, knocking him out. As he head towards everyone and knocking them out, except Tazuna. He didn't really care about Tazuna. As Kushina saw him, says, "What are you doing, Naruto?" As Naruto would take his headband and basically slash it, admitting that he's now rogue. As Naruto would get out his Uzumaki chains, shocking Kushina. She said, "Uzumaki chains?" But they were different. Naruto's Uzumaki chains are similar to the ones that Obito used. Basically, those ones. Purple, stronger than Kushina. As they had a little bit fight and she lost. As Naruto looked at Kushina and says, "I hate you with every ounce of my existence, Kushina." As Kushina, when she hears these words, she didn't know why, but she felt really bad. As Naruto left, as when he looked at Tazuna, he says, "Don't worry, I don't care about you, so I don't care." So Naruto left, and yeah, you're gonna wonder where Naruto's heading. Well, Naruto's is going to go all around the nations. As he headed first towards the Mist Village, as the Mist was still in war, and Naruto with a mask on. Okay, just a minute, guys. Let's see which mask I want to give Naruto. Just a minute. Okay. Let me see. Oh wait, not this one. Enemy overseas. I'm gonna say Naruto looks like this. He's going to look like no. He looks like this. He wears like this, and this is the mask. But Naruto destroyed the leaf headband in front of Kushina. As Naruto says, "I'm no longer an Konoha ninja." As he headed out faster than Kushina can even imagine. As Kushina had taken everyone and headed back towards the village because she knew that she's not going to be able to basically get towards Naruto. As Naruto would headed towards the mist, as he was wearing like this, but he has red hair. Yeah, and Naruto's eyes were blue, but he changed his eyes because Naruto asked for them when a certain time to change his eye color towards purple eyes. And his whiskers are gone. Naruto took away his own whiskers by himself. So Naruto would basically in the mask, as it's in a war zone, so he started to kill almost all of the Mist Shinobi, as everyone else that sees Naruto and they see that Naruto's helping them against Yagura. As Naruto's defeating the Mist Shinobi, killing one by one. And Naruto had is basically fighting them by the dozens, as May seen this, as she seen this random boy helping them and defeating almost half of the men. Like it's like 500 people he's killed by now. As all the other ninjas that are with May, the revolutionaries, they start to head out and start to kill with Naruto. As Naruto knows what is happening in the mist while he was traveling, and he is defeating almost. Start to head out so fast that in almost a month, when it's come to Yagura. Now Naruto, when he defeated them, he would loot some of them and then leave. Before when May was going to go and talk to him, Naruto just left. Body flickers faster than anyone can see him where he landed. As Naruto hid his person so good that not even Tail Beast can find him. Not even the Rinnegan. No, I'm gonna say the Rinnegan can't find him. Not even the Sharingan. Yeah, the Sharingan. As Naruto would basically, in every fight, he would do the same thing. He would hunt and eat as a place where no one can find him. Naruto would buy from the revolutionaries without anyone finding out that it's him. People call him the Ghost. The redhead ghost. Or, no, I'm gonna say Naruto's hair was not red. It was yellow, but it's became red. Yeah, that's better. As Naruto, when it's come to Yagura and they are fighting Yagura, they are almost losing, but Naruto came from nowhere, and as when Yagura was in his Biju form, and he punches Yagura, seeing him back. As everyone see him, as Naruto would start scream, or basically towards Yagura, not like scream, careful how like the Ninetales gives his scream, his roar. Naruto roar like not like the Ninetales, but more like a dominant, like a monster. Like, if you fucked with him, you will die. As Naruto's beating on Yagura non-stop, he's cracking even the three tails. It's like, what the fuck is this kid? As Naruto's enhancing the last punch, the finishing punch. As he knocked Yagura out of both the Biju state as well as his own. As everyone's seen that Yagura just knocked out. Like, what the fuck? As Naruto, before he's going to slash on Yagura, he stops as he's looking at Yagura. As he noticed that Yagura is under a genjutsu, but he thought he done so much bad. You should do it. It's the best thing. As Naruto would start to unlocking the seal towards Yagura. Basically, everyone can see that Naruto had unlocked the three tails. As everyone think he's after the three tails, but Naruto, after the three tails had got out, Naruto looked at the three tails dead in the eyes without using the Sharingan. Three tails was like. Everyone sees that three tails is not doing any shit. It was going to create a Bijudama, but it stopped and it bowed towards Naruto. It says, "Don't hurt me," because everyone knows that the three tails can talk, so they're not like shocked. But when they heard the word "Don't hurt me, please," May thought even the street is scared of him. As Naruto's talking, everyone can hear Naruto saying, I'm going to steal you than someone within this village. Do you understand me? Three Tails. As he, or should I say Osubu, I think, yeah, that's his name. As he understood and nodded his head. As Naruto looked at me, he said, bring someone to seal the being within him. As someone came, and Naruto basically knocked him out, and immediately, using faster than Kakashi can even do, hand signs, put a seal on him, and sealed the three tails. But he kept a little bit of this, basically, chakra and essence in a little bit of jar. As Naruto would hand came with with that ninja, I'm gonna say his name is Ryumo. I don't know who's that three tails Jinchuriki right now, so I'm gonna say his name is Ryumo. As he hands Ryumo to Mei, as he said, Shadow Clone no Jutsu. Shadow Clone. As he created almost 10,000 clones. As everyone's shocked because everyone knows how hard the Shadow Clone can take from your chakra. And see how much clones he did? Like, this is even stronger than even Biju's chakra. As Naruto says, rebuild. As all the clones nodded and start to basically take the rubble off and take in the dead bodies and pile them up away and start to basically rebuild the village faster than even the ninjas can do it. As not even that, they start to grow plants faster using chakra. As in a week, all the village was restored. And Naruto says to Mei, I'm gonna join the village. I wanna join the village. As Mei nodded, because she sees Naruto, she says, that's the strong shinobi. She wants him on her side. As Mei asks what is his name, he says, call me Ghost, since you gave me that nickname. Call me Ghost. As she nodded her head, but she asked, what clan are you from, Ghost? As Naruto, basically, he would take off the dye from, or take the, basically taking away the blackness of the hair, because he looks black hair. He takes and she sees red hair. She says, wait, are you an Uzumaki? As Naruto flared his chakra chains and says, don't say to anybody that I'm Uzumaki, including the leaf. I don't want them coming after me. As she nodded and in understanding, because she can tell if that's an Uzumaki, that's rare. Because I'm gonna say there are a little bit of Uzumakis in the ways in the mist, but they are all half-blooded, not the main branch, the left branch. You can say like the Hyuga, the main and the side branch. As Naruto says, there are other Uzumaki in this village, correct? She says, yes. As Naruto says, Ambu. As the Ambu came, because Naruto's like, he's almost like the Kage. He says, call every Uzumaki family member. Or should I say, every Uzumaki clan, every household on Uzumaki. If there's a family, call the father. If there's an old or someone alone, tell them to come to the Hokage. I'm gonna say the Kage of the Mist. What it was? Uh, Mist. I can't remember. Sorry, guys. As they nodded and left, because everyone is like, who should we put? And everyone's like, why don't we put the ghost? As the ghost says, I will not be the Kage. Let me become the Kage of this village. I will work for the mist as a shinobi, but I will not be the Kage. As everyone respects Naruto, it's been like a month. As all the family men, all the men of the Uzumakis and few women came, and 3 kids, like 3 Genians. As Naruto looked at them, says, as Naruto starts to speak, I've summoned you here because each one of you is an Uzumaki, to mention your families and you aloners as well. But anyway, for the safety of the Uzumaki clan, I would like most of the Uzumaki families to be once again together, united, except the ones in the leaf, as they can hear the toxicity in his voices. As he says, sorry about that. As he says, I want all the Uzumakis to be together as one, basically, as the Uzumaki used to be. I don't want the Uzumaki clan to be dead. As one of the males noticed that Naruto's hair says, you're an Uzumaki, aren't you? As Naruto looked at him and nodded. But he says, don't say to anybody that I'm an Uzumaki. That understood. As everyone nodded their heads, says, anyway. One of you will become the clan head, who's the oldest. As an old man came and says, I am, not basically, like in his 40s, came and says, I am the oldest out of all men. As Naruto says, did you used to be a shinobi? As he nodded. As he says, very well, you're going to be the clan head of the Uzumaki in the mist. And now to start talking. I want to bring almost all the Uzumakis together. The Uzumaki clan were once greatness. Even if you are half-blooded, you are still an Uzumaki. I'm gonna say even the side branch have the Uzumaki chains, but only the main branch have like you can say like more powerful than the side branch. That's why. As Naruto also says, if you encountered Kushina, Menma, or Naruto Uzumaki, do not engage with them and stay back from those 3. As Naruto explained how they look, except Kushina, because almost everyone says Kushina, Lady Kushina, the Red Death of Konoha. As Naruto nodded, do not come near those 3. That understood. As they nodded. But the man that he put him as the clan head says, let me guess, you have hatred towards them? As Naruto nodded. And looking through your eyes, I can tell that you are from the main branch, the main household of the Uzumaki, a pure-blooded. As Naruto looked at him, says, yes and no. As he questioned, says, as Naruto activated his eyes, and everyone saw the Sharingan, and Naruto took out one of his hands, and they see wood. And she says, wait, you're a Senju no Uchiha? Says, yes, kind of. I have many other bloodline. But anyway, do not tell anybody. Not even the council. Is that understood, people? As they all nodded. As Naruto says, I will start to rebuild the Uzumaki compound in a certain area in the village. As they all nodded, as he said, when it's ready, I'm going to tell you. As they all agreed and left. As Naruto and Mei stood, as Naruto says, Mei, I want to see who is in the council are needed or who are need to be dealt with. As she understood, as she said, called a council meeting of the Mist Village, as everyone was wondering why, as she says, Ghost, you can start. As he came and looked in everyone's eyes, as everyone was a little bit like, why the fuck is he doing this? Except Ayo, because Ayo knows what Naruto's doing. He's seeing into them. He's reading them. He wants to know if they are trusted or not. As Naruto killed 2 of them, and they are one of the elders, as he says, as Naruto says, as everyone says, why did you kill 2 of the elders? As Naruto says, looks at me, says, they are all clear. Those 2, on the other hand, they would want it to take you down, Mei. I can tell everyone in this council room is a green light. As Mei nodded said, thank you, Ghost. Anyway, Ghost, since this sudden happening, do you mind if I talk to you for a moment? Says, I want to give you a mission. Finding almost all the bloodlines that was left in the mist and try to bring them back. Find any survivals. As Naruto says, I don't want to use that jutsu, but alright. As he looks at it, says, bring me a death throne ninja. As Ayo questioned it, but he says, just do it, Ayo. As Ayo did it and brought one, as Naruto took him, and after 2 minutes they saw 2 ninjas, as they were shocked to see it. It was Zabuza Momochi and another person. They didn't know who that is, but that was Haku Yuki. And Naruto says, as Naruto touched them, and they too were brought back from the life, as they says, what the? As Naruto says, they are brought back from the dead. A Yuki clan member and a swordsman of this mist. As Naruto, before everyone can say anything, as Naruto says, Zabuza Momochi will not be held account for what he did. He left the village because of what Shiakura was doing. As Naruto said as well, before anyone talk, we're gonna change a lot of things in the mist. Is that understood? I might not be the Kage, but I'm gonna make sure that this village will thrive. As everyone nodded. But Ayo says, how did you bring them back from the dead? As Naruto says, one of the Uzumaki clan seals, I learned that seal and I used that jutsu. Not to mention the second Hokage, Tobirama Senju, created a certain technique that he shouldn't have created it, and I used it. That's why I asked for someone who's going to be killed. A sacrifice. A soul for a soul. As he nodded, and as I'm gonna say, Naruto gave Zabuza the Toku Jutsu. As he saw, Zabuza says, who are you? It's me. No, it's me. The kid. Hi, Haku. As Haku says, no, as he says, don't say my name, please. Call me Ghost. As they all see that, he told them not to tell them their name. Say his name. So they thought, oh, they know his name? As Naruto says, Zabuza. You will be put him back in your place as a mist, one of the seven swordsmen of the mist. Haku, you will become as well one. As Haku nodded, as Naruto says, alright, this meeting is over. As everyone left, and Naruto was going to find more people in the clans. As Haku had thanked Naruto for bringing him back from the dead, as well as Zabuza. As Naruto says to Haku that he will be in the CRA to repopulate his clan. As Haku nodded. As Naruto started to head and find more bloodlines that were lost and bringing them back. As people on the other nation hearing about this a legendary shinobi from the mist that stopped the war and defeated the Kage of the mist and defeating the three-tails Jinchuriki and resealing, as he seemed to be goading ceilings, sword styles, genjutsu, and all of that, but all of his powers are unknown. As Naruto traveled almost all of the nations and he's finding a lot of people, I'm gonna say Naruto one day had crossed over Karin as he talked to her, because she was like, I'm gonna say that Orochimaru has backstabbed her. As she told Naruto what happened, and Naruto looking at her says, You're an Uzumaki, aren't you, Karin? As she looked in fear, says, How did you know? As Naruto came towards her, and she basically was frightened, but she did not expect Naruto to hug her. As Naruto saw her hand, says, I'm sorry for what happened to you, Karin. If I found you sooner, I could have helped you. Sorry. As he says, come with me. You still have people left. The Uzumaki clan is not dead, all of them. They're still survivors. As she was shocked, says, how? Where? As Naruto says, in the Mist Village. She heard what happened in the Mist. She's like, are you sure that they will let me in? Because she's a little bit fearing that Naruto will basically use her. As Naruto seeing this, as Naruto knocked her out. As Karin, when she woke up, she was in a house, or basically a full apartment ready, and have some food for her and a letter. And she gone out and start to read the letter that was basically near her bed. As she read, she said, sorry that I knocked you out, Karin. You're in the Mist Village. Everything has been done and you are a citizen. I talked with May and a man will come to you when you wake up. Leave the apartment. A man will come up to you with a red hair and says that he is the Uzumaki clan head and he is going to show her around the village. And Naruto says, when I come back, I would like to talk to you more, Karin. As Naruto had left, I'm gonna say Naruto did not just find Karin, he found Tayuya. Who do I want to give? Because Karin is the one of the ships, as well as Tayuya. Who do I want to give Naruto as well? Wait a minute. what was her name? I'm gonna tell you her name later. As Naruto has found Tayuya, as well as Kin, you know, that other girl. As Naruto found Kin and brought her as well to the Mist Village, as she, just like Karin and Tayuya, was backstabbed by Orochimaru, as well as he found Jugo and he found Suigetsu. As Naruto would have brought back all of them, as he would have helped uh, Jugo with his problem, because I think he can turn into monsters. So yeah, he's helped him. So Naruto would have brought a lot of people to the mist. As a lot of people are hearing about this shinobi of the mist that is basically powerful, so much power within him. As we're going to skip to a Kage meeting. Now, who's May's escort? It's Naruto, as well as I think his name was like Ayo, Ayo. As everyone looking at May as they are talking about some few things, at then Minato's asking him, ask me, may I ask you a question? She answered, yes, what is it, Hokage? He says, who is that ninja of your village? I think his name was the Ghost. He said the ninja. Who is he? Exactly. We want to know that legendary Uchiha, that legendary warrior, the legendary ninja of your village that helped you in the war. As she says, as she basically did like this, she says ghost, as all of them see this man come and says, yes, May. She says, oh, nothing. She looks at him and says, this is him. As Naruto looked at Minato, but he didn't say anything, but under all of that, he was furious. As Naruto immediately turned back and started walking, as Minato was basically talking to Naruto, but Naruto ignored him. As everyone was like, damn, this dude does not care. As Minato was like a little bit irritated, as he said, boy, when someone's talking to you, you should listen. As Naruto looked at me, he said, should I? She said, no, I have no authority over you. Go so. As everyone see him in front of Minato and has a kunai to him, says, if you tried anything, I can kill you, Minato. You're not the fastest man alive. Is that understood, Hokage? As Minato would be a little bit shocked, like, how the fuck did he do that? Now we're gonna cut back to when Naruto left. Kushina had returned back, as she told Minato, and Minato did not know why, but he was like feeling sad that Naruto left. So yeah. No, Minato, after a while, like, he's starting to realize what he's doing, as well as Kushina. So, yeah. Now, not a lot of things happened. I'm gonna say the tuning exam still didn't happen. And after a while, anyway, guys, I'm back. Sorry, it's been like an hour. You're like, it's like 2 seconds for you. It's like an hour for me. Anyway, where did I stop? Ah, right. Naruto put a kunai to Minato says, "You're not the fastest man alive, Minato no Mikaze, fourth Hokage of Konoha." As Minato and everyone was shocked, as Naruto took a sigh and put his kunai back in, and started to walk away. As Naruto came near, Mei says, "When you are ready, Lady May, call me." She says, "Alright, Ghost, thank you." As Naruto had left, and everyone was wondering, Ghost? Because they didn't hear what his nickname. As they ask, "Is this his name?" She says, "No. It's his alias. We still don't know his true name. We know that he's from a clan, but we cannot say it. It's for his own good. He asked me not to tell anybody. There's most 7 people in my in the hidden mist that know Ghost is actual clan." And it's that hard a little bit because Ghost never said his alias or his family name. All we know that he came one day and helped us, and we are grateful. But, as she says, Ghost has more authority even than me. Yes, I am the Kage, but he was technically going to become the Kage, but he refused, saying that he does not want to become a Kage, not yet at least. As they all understood, as they start to talk more of other problems, as Minato says, "If any of you see a boy with yellow hair, 3 whisker marks, and looks to be 12 years old, please capture him." As everyone is like looking at Minato like, why? Because I'm gonna say Naruto was having a transformation over his true height. It's not like he's like as tall as Minato. It says a rogue shinobi from Konoha, and we want him back so he can take a trial for becoming rogue. As everyone nodded, as everyone asked him what is his name, as he says Naruto. His name is Naruto. He's going to say Uzumaki, but Naruto is technically no longer Minato's son because Minato made that Mito's going to become the Namikaze. The Uzumaki clan head, and as well as Menma being Naruto becoming the Uzumaki clan head, and Menma becoming the Namikaze clan head. So technically, when Minato did this, he's technically disowned Naruto. As now we get back to Naruto going back to the Mist Village, as Naruto had hang out around Sayuya and Kin, and you wonder who's Kin? I'm gonna talking about the girl with the black hair that Sakura did not kill in the training exams. I mean, when she cut her hair, yeah, that girl. And Karin and Tayuya and Kin, I think her name is, yeah. They were talking, and Naruto, they were knowing more about Naruto. As he always says, call him Ghost. I'm gonna say it's been like 6 months, and Naruto and the girls, like, they have grown feeling towards each other. As Naruto asked all three of the girls to come towards a certain place, as they all came, as Naruto says, as he's starting, because, and they are all shocked because Naruto's like, he's like more of a cute, and he's doing this, as he says, Tayuya, Karin, Kin, do you out with me? As they all say, wait, what? Says, being my girlfriends, basically. As they both look at each other, all three of them, says, and then start to talk between each other. Says, what do you think, girls? As they all say, yeah, we can share. As they all nod, says, alright, Ghost-kun, we will be together. As all of them say the same thing, but they say, if you're gonna have more girls, we're going to be the main three. As he's nodded his in agreement. As Naruto and but Karin says something. As says, Ghost, if we're going to be together, can we ask you something? As he says, what is it? As they said, what is your true name? If you trust us enough, at least can you tell us your real name? As Ghost looks in the ground, says, he says, I haven't used my real name from a while. Says, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. As they are shocked because Naruto's the son of the fourth Hokage. As he says, I'm the son that got basically disowned, and they want to find me. So whenever we are alone, you can call me by my name, but whenever we are with any people, call me Ghost, please. As they all nodded and understand me. As Naruto was basically getting a high reputation for finishing S-rank missions. And the Akatsuki are, I'm gonna say, Naruto had met Gaara when he was finding people and helped Gaara. So when the Chunin exam happened, they happened normally without the attack. Because Gaara had calmed down and Naruto had met Temari and Kankuro and his, as well as the Kazekage. As him and Kazekage, they had talked for a while and they made an agreement to make an alliance with the Hidden Mist. As Naruto had traveled almost all the nation except Konoha. He does not want to go near Konoha. As Naruto had entered as well, when he entered the stone village, they asked him his identity. He says, Ghost, village, mist, business traveling around the nation, finding certain individuals from the mist that are for the look for. As they take him towards the Tsuchikage, as he started to interrogate Naruto, because he's think like, oh, I can defeat this brat and kill him and or make him one of my own ninja. As Naruto beating the Tsuchikage in every way possible, in mind games and all of that. And when the Tsuchikage was going to attack Naruto, he put a kunai towards the Tsuchikage's neck and says, try anything, Tsuchikage, and I will kill you. I'm faster than Minato. So don't try me. Alright guys, just a minute.